Yeah, it's stream. Ooh, wow. Sorry, I think I was far too close to my mic. Yeah, it's stream time. I'm here to stream. I'm here to draw. I almost said game out of like reflex, but it's actually time to draw cool things. Where's my drawing thing? There it is. Doom. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing today? Welcome to the art stream. The fart stream. Oh, fuck me. I was playing Third Strike earlier. So on the place where I normally put my drawing tablet, I have my fight stick, and I just realized that I forgot to put the tablet back. So I have to move that real quick. So fight stick goes over here, tablet goes over here. Okay, now it's time to draw. My bad. Hello everybody, how are we all doing today? Alright, am I working? We're working. You're the streamer enjoyer? Hell yeah. Give me one moment. I'm actually gonna take off. I have a sweatshirt and I'm gonna take it off. I'm a little warm. I turned the fan off during these streams because I don't want you guys to hear the whole time. But I also stream from what I'm pretty sure is the warmest part of my house. So teach you how to draw Remy from Streets? Okay. Here's what we'll do. Is I'll show you my patented method, the patented bad method for drawing things. So I start with the circle. There's a circle. There's Remy's head. Here's his jawline. One second, I gotta slow it down. This actually takes me a really long time. I'm really bad at like. All right, so that's like a line that like orients his face or whatever, and then his jawline. Right, we'll connect there, and then his chin kind of does that, and his jawline comes up and does that, and that's kind of, you know, vaguely human head shaped is what I do. And then, well, there's, oops, crap, it's the wrong button. I'll just do like, his eyes will be like that. I've drawn him slightly crooked. I always do this. I always draw things slightly crooked. Just fix it like that. Okay. And then his neck. Alright, there's Remy's neck. The other side of his neck. How thick do I want his neck to be? That looks too small. Or that looks too thick. Many things to consider. Whatever, I'll come back to it. And then draw his like shoulders. And this is normally where I'd give him like some kind of crazy huge like Dragon Ball physique, but you know, Remy's like a smaller guy. Remy's like a slimmer guy. So we'll make him smaller. And then I'll just draw like his torso. He's still kind of wide. I still made him kind of wide. I'm bad at drawing twinks. Whatever. So that's kind of vaguely Remy's torso. Oh, so how's the audio balancing, by the way? I sat down today and actually like sound checked before the stream, which I normally don't do. I normally just like, fuck it, we ball. What's Remy gonna be doing with his hands? Something cool. I don't know, it'll come to me. He's playing a video game. He's playing on his Game Boy. So normally I don't sound check. I just kind of turn the stream on and pray that it all works. But I actually sat down and sound checked earlier, so hopefully this is like usable audio levels. Audio's fine. I'm just quiet. Fuck. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. Because it always appears fine to me in Streamlabs. Like, I'm quiet or the whole stream is quiet. Because I have my mic as loud as it'll go without clipping. So I don't know why it seems quiet. I don't know why it's quiet. Anyway. There's his arm. There's his forearm. Make his arm a little bit bigger. Man, the Gen 4 music is awesome. so there's his arm. I should probably... This looks kind of like messed up, like the way his arm connects to his chest. Should I do like that? Dude, he's so wide. I made him so wide. Whatever. Fuck it. I'll make him a little bit slimmer. There we go. Okay, give me 1 second. My phone is going off. Oh, the battle music. Dun 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 dun. I'm sorry, I had to respond to a text message. Alright, so then his other arm. What did I say he was gonna be? He's gonna be playing a video game, so I actually have to redraw this arm. So his arm goes like this, and then there's his elbow. Really intense for drawing a torso? Yeah. Well, you know, I think you should do everything with the greatest intensity you can summon, you know? And if you're going to bring the same intensity to drawing a Remy that you're going to bring to fighting Cynthia, I think that's appropriate, you know? I think that's what you should do. I think this arm is I made too short. I'm going to actually angle this arm. There's a little bit. That looks fucked up. But you know, whatever. Yeah, I think I angled him too much. And learn through trial by fire? Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's how we all learn on some level, you know? You kind of just gotta fucking do it. Okay. He's gonna be playing a Game Boy. I used to have a Game Boy Color that my cousin had given me. He was like, here you go, bro. Here's a Game Boy Color for you to enjoy. And he gave me Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Red. And I played those games so much. I played them all the time. This arm is like disproportionately smaller. I played those games all the time. Like, I loved them. And then I kind of hit a phase where I wasn't really playing Pokemon as much, like kind of come high school. So I had a guy I was friends with at the time who was really into Pokemon. So I gave him the Game Boy and I gave him Pokemon Red and Pokemon Yellow. And let me rephrase, I lent it to him. And then I didn't get it back, which was messed up. And then he went on to draw adult furry material. So, you know, him playing Pokemon a lot was, it made sense. I understood. These are his hands. And then here's the Game Boy, baby! So the Game Boy has, I gotta remember to draw this little slot for the cartridge. And I think if I recall correctly, the slot for the cartridge was kind of flush with the top of the Game Boy. Hundreds of dollars to play a broken piece of shit. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy a Switch. I'd have considered, I think if the Pokemon games that they put out for the Switch were good, I would have bought a Switch a long time ago. This is where you put the batteries, by the way. Some of my greatest anxieties were trying to speed run my way through. Might want to make the hands bigger. It's too late. It's already drawn. Some of my greatest anxieties were being in the middle of like a really intense fight, and the battery light would start flashing, and I'd have to beat the battle and save so I could then change my batteries. You know, I think that there are pros and cons to rechargeable. There you go, Pokemon. Barely fits. I can't even fit it. There are pros and cons to rechargeable consoles, and I think that generally the pros far outweigh the cons. Now, with that being said, I think that the ability to bring a massive case of batteries with you on a road trip and just constantly swap them in and out was awesome. And of course, now you can have like power banks and stuff, but I remember like when I was growing up, I had like the rechargeable Game Boy, was it the Game Boy SP? And that thing would just die, and I was just out of luck because I didn't have a power bank, and there wasn't like an outlet in the car or anything. What's up, Grizz? Welcome to the art stream. I ever played Street Fighter 2 on Game Boy? I have, man, maybe on an emulator. Don't tell Nintendo. Maybe on an emulator years ago, but I definitely never played it on like actual hardware. Geezer, enjoy your third strike. Hell yeah, that's me. That's me. Swap the cart memory card. True. Da Vinci. You know Da Vinci? You know those guys are Canadian. What the fuck does Remy look like? 1 second. I'm pulling up Remy on my phone. Remy Street Fighter. I'm hit with somebody's create a character, which is Remy in Street Fighter 6, and not Remy. Okay, yeah, alright. I know what this guy looks like. Oops. Sorry if you guys heard the dish I just ate noodles out of. Alright. Okay. Now we're gonna draw Remy's cool outfit. He's got the cool jacket. Cool jacket. How long are the sleeves? Sleeves are all the way up to his wrists. There's his jacket. Get your whole Game Boy working for Aura? Honestly, I think if I saw somebody playing a Game Boy or even like a DS in public, they would gain Aura. Well, Remy has rings, whatever. I'm not actually drawing detailed hands yet. I might go back and detail the hands later, I might not. We'll see. I'm going to draw thumbs, actually. That's not how thumbs work. Whatever. There you go. That's fucking good enough. Yeah, I think it would be cool. I bought a DS, like a DS for kind of cheap online a couple of years ago, and I was playing Pokemon Platinum when I was going to and from university. It was awesome. Oh, there's kind of a collar to this jacket, it looks like, so I should draw that. Something like that. There's like buttons in the collar. Right? Yeah. Little buttons. And then there's a zipper, which I've been told that was invented by a Canadian. I don't know how true that is, but you know, any chance to mention full Canadian. And he's got the big Omega symbol. Like those accounts that post PSP videos 50 yes, it'll be like a photo of like an Evangelion character on a PSP, and they'll be like, oh man, take me back to the good old days. The PSP is cool. The PSP maybe has the most aura out of any console just because I think it looks awesome. Do you like other fighting game companies? Yeah, I love SNK games. I don't really play them a whole lot anymore because they're like, you know, I don't want to buy City of the Wolves, and KOF 15 isn't a super active game, but when I do play KOF, like, I love it. KOF 15 is genuinely, like, one of my favorite fighting games of all time. I think it's awesome. Huge fan of KOF 15. Yeah, I just wish the SNK made, like, more epic business decisions. Oh my god, how do I draw a straight line? Oh, is this the surf theme? This is what Omega looks like, right? Vaguely. I'm gonna start over from here as well from the straight line. It's kind of funny that like Omega has kind of become like a English shorthand for like cool thing. Like you throw Omega in front of something and you make it cool. Like Darkseid and his Omega beams. But that's just like a letter. It would be like if Greek people started going like, ah yes, Darkseid shoots his W beams, you know? Is that Remy? It is Remy. This is art rage. Like rage is in like, you know, what I feel when I lose in a video game. It's pretty good. I had it recommended to me by a buddy. You know, and I don't know. I'm sure there are better programs out there, but you know, I do well. I do well enough for myself. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's cool. Like Heritage for the Future. Yeah, I've played that game. I've not played it like seriously. I've played it with a friend of mine for like 20 minutes. I think if you check my Fightcade profile, it says like played for like 20 minutes. It's an interesting game. That kind of game doesn't interest me super a whole lot, and I don't play like JoJo, but I don't watch JoJo rather. But I really like watching other people play that game because I think it looks really sick. It's kind of like Marvel to me, where it's like I'm too dumb to like play it, but I do find the gameplay and I think that the metagame and just watching it in action is a really interesting experience personally. PSP also has Mega Man. It's a remake of Mega Man 1. It's Mega Man Powered Up or something. I remember really enjoying that. I played that in emulator. Oh, should I buy a PSP? How much is a PSP? 1 second. We're getting sidetracked by the PSP. Because if a PSP is like cheap, I might get a PSP. Fuck, no, not PAP, PSP. Come on, load, please. I can't keep the people waiting. Oh, that's not bad. $200 bucks. This is definitely a little bit more than I think I want to spend on a PSP. But you know, if I find one for, but like that's probably as good as it gets, honestly. Superman wears an S and does make the S cool. I agree. Okay, I closed my Remy image that I was drawing with to look up a PSP Remy. Okay. Let's do his hair now. He's got kind of like cool guy hair. He's got like SNK character hair. Actually, I'm gonna do this on a different layer. Checking in to wish me a nice stream. Thank you, bro. That's very nice. That's very kind. I appreciate it. You know, Remy is kind of like literally me. If you guys think about it. Do you think behind the bangs, Remy has like a messed up hairline? Do you think that's why he grew him out? Do you think like he combs it all the way from like the back of his head? There we go, there's Remy's hair. Because I'm French? No. I just have long hair. And even then, like, that doesn't come through in the YouTube videos. Unless I say, like, I have long hair, nobody can tell. So, I don't know, I just said it. Because I'm a cool guy. Alright. Let's draw his face now. I want his eyes kind of hidden behind his bangs, because I think it makes him look like a cool, mysterious anime boy, a kawaii anime boy. You know, I'll do the face on a different layer as well, actually. You comb your hair to hide a bald spot. I know about comb overs where like dudes who are balding in the center of their head will comb hair from the sides of their head. You know, and I've been saying this for a long time, is I think when my hair starts to go, I think, and all men say this, I think every man says, yeah, when my hair starts to go, bro, I'm just gonna shave it off. And then, like, not everybody does. You know, so I'm gonna say this now, but I might very well not actually do it. But I'd like to think that if my hair starts to go, I have the strength of will to, I think his eyes too small. I have the strength of will to just shave it off. You know, or get a haircut that accommodates the recession. Or whatever. But, you know, we'll see. But, yeah, I think that if I ever got to the point where I'm combing over my hair, that's when I'd be like, man, it's over. And just commit. Oh yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Muscle Man had a comb over? I didn't know that. I've not actually seen regular show. I combined the two in my head for some reason. He's not looking. I just realized he's not looking at the Game Boy. I have to fix that. He must be looking at the Game Boy. How else is he to play? How else is he to game on the boy? Now he's still looking up. Maybe I need to like that. Fuck shit. I Control Z did too many times. There we go. That's a little bit better. If I erase this, does it still do? Ooh, no, there's a little bit. Shit. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I can do some erasing of stuff that's hidden behind his hair. I'm missing Peak. Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's like incredible. I just, I'm not really a huge TV show guy. And when I do watch anything, it's like with my brother or like with like a buddy or something. You know, I'm sure regular show is great. I've heard it's really good. Same with Adventure Time is like, I'm sure it's awesome. I've just never seen it because I think I need to make Remy's part a little bit less obvious. I'll come back to that later. It's kind of like a Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls I've heard is like incredible. Or Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've had people constantly tell me that those shows are like godlike, absolutely exemplary demonstrations of you know, animation, but it's not really a TV show guy, unfortunately. What layer did I put the hair on? There we go. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna try to mute myself. Oh, just in time. I muted myself just in time before the sneeze. You guys are welcome, by the way. Where's this line? Is that on there one? Okay. Oh, I fucked this guy up. That's not how humans are proportioned. Whatever. I'm stuck in. I'm haunted by the fact that I fucked the proportion up. Whatever. You live, you learn. Muscle Man and the Hammer? Is that an episode? You told your dad the limited Dragon Ball knowledge you have, and he was haunted by the fact Goku has a kid. Well, wait till you tell him that Goku actually has 2 kids. Yeah, it's fucked up. I zoomed out, and I was like, I made him... what's the guy with the big head? Yakub. I made him Yakub. Let's make him a little bit less extreme. I'm gonna do some tweaking, but I don't want to spend too much. You know, I'm kind of here to just do shit, so I'm gonna. There you go. It's still fucking weird, but whatever. It's a clip. Joker Miles 27, welcome. What's up, Brad? By any chance using Dragon Ball's art as influence for your drawing? Well, I just draw Goku a lot. I just draw Dragon Ball characters a lot. So, like, yeah. It's less because what I'm doing, and this is bad. So anybody who's like, I want to do art, don't do what I do, where I just like find vaguely like cartoony abstractions of things. Because what you're meant to do as an artist, and this has been explained to me a couple of times, is you want to get used to drawing things as they are, not as they exist like abstractly in your head. So when you're drawing like eyes, you don't want to draw like eyes like I did. You want to actually look at the shape of the eye and look at how the light hits it and all that stuff, right? And the day will certainly come, I think, where I decide to sit down and do that. But at the moment, I'm entirely contented to just draw funny little cartoon characters. So yeah, the answer to that is yes. I'm kind of just like, it's kind of just an amalgam. Like I drew Wonder Woman last night, and as I was drawing Wonder Woman, I was like, this isn't what people actually look like, but it's kind of the, the stylized abstractions that they use in comic books. And of course, it's been said to me that you want to be able to do both. You want to be able to draw realism so that you can then choose how much, and if at all, you want to abstract it into a more stylized art form. And I'll definitely one day sit down eventually and learn how like actually proportions work and how where's the omega? It's white. And how proportions work and how anatomy works and whatever. But for now, I'm content with just drawing cartoon characters. Is my thought process. Everything's a reference if you're crazy enough. Very true. Very true. If you bend enough. I'm just gonna kind of do a really crappy, hasty color job here. What Pokemon is he gonna play? What color am I gonna make the cartridge? I think he's gonna play Pokemon Yellow. I think the obvious thing is to make him play Pokemon Blue, because he's blue hair, but I'm gonna make him play Pokemon Yellow because he likes turning around to the Pikachu and like talking to it, and it goes like Pika. That's why I like Pokemon Yellow. I think if I were like on an abandoned island, how sometimes people will pose you the question, they'll go like, yeah bro, like if you were trapped on like a deserted island, what game would you bring? Mine would be Pokemon Yellow, because then I could turn around and in moments of darkness where I feel like all hope is lost, I could talk to my little Pikachu and it would play the horrifically compressed Pika from the crappy Game Boy speakers, and all would be right in the world. That's a peak game. So his hair is more green than blue. It definitely is, I think, more like a greenish blue. It's like a teal, maybe. I think it depends, because I'm looking at like this art, and it's kind of like a... Or, yeah, it's like a tealish. It's like a greenish blue. But he can't play Pokemon Green because that's Japan exclusive, and he speaks French. Although, actually, doesn't he speak Japanese in Third Strike? Isn't all the characters speak either English or Japanese? That's one of the things I do like about Third Strike, is the Japanese characters speak Japanese, and the American characters and the English characters speak English. But I do think it would be cool if they had done the Tekken thing. But I understand it's not necessarily realistic to hire like voice actors for every language when you're recording a game, especially a arcade game in 1999. Remy speaks Japanese because he's a weeb. True! Remy loves Evangelion, I think. Another thing I have not seen. Other pretentious anime? Yeah, what's another pretentious anime? This guy loves... don't know enough about anime. I can name like 5 anime. Berserk? I have not seen Berserk. That's another thing that I've heard is like really good, but I haven't seen. I've heard it like ruins your life. Everybody I know is like, bro, like Berserk is so good, you should read it, but it'll like make you miserable. I think Remy's a little bit paler than this, but whatever. He's been out in the sun. He's been out in the hot sun, out of the law and the law one. I'm gonna make his eyes the same color as his hair, cause it's cool. A lot of Gundam series are really potential. That's kind of shocking. Berserk kind of nuts. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is I heard Berserk is just like insane the entire time. Like at no point does Berserk chill. He's got these little buttons here. John kills have improved significantly. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I do my best. I was having this conversation with somebody the other night. Last night. I've yet to draw anything that I'm like, oh, this is fucking awesome. But I think I get closer and closer every day. I figure if I just keep drawing and I overcome roadblocks when I hit them, I'll improve. You know, like I'll sit down and I'll go like, this arm looks like garbage, and I'll like try to figure out, I'll look at an arm and I'll try to figure out how to draw an arm or whatever. So I'm kind of just trying to like indomitable human spirit my way through this. Also, my Game Boy was purple, so we're making this purple. I'm trying to indomitable human spirit my way through this whole art thing. I figure if I just draw a fucking crazy amount, I'll have to start drawing things that are okay eventually, you know? Because I do remember, I've definitely told this story, I think, on stream before, is I went to make this YouTube channel, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do for the branding? Because I don't want to just use official game art, because that feels lame, and it doesn't like stand out at all. There's no identity to that. However, the issue is then that if I decide to use non-official art, I'm stealing somebody's work. Like I'm stealing the work of an individual artist as opposed to stealing from a giant conglomerate that is Capcom. So I just went to MS Paint and made like the branding. And I remember even at that moment being frustrated, being like, why can't I do better than this? So now I'm using that frustration to fuel my path forward. You know? I do with a lot of things that are like spite or like frustration. Oh, that looks like garbage. That looks like fucking shit. Whatever. Okay. There we go. There's Remy. All right, let's keep going. Let's merge this all together and start something new. You know, sometimes we learn more from our mistakes than our successes, my friends. All right. What else is fucking cool? I'm gonna stretch. I spent 40 minutes on that, Remy. That's crazy. Time dilation. Okay. I'm gonna draw Ryu. This is a cool piece of music. I have no idea where this is. Ooh, fuck shit. Draw Ryu. I'm gonna draw him hitting a cool pose. I'm gonna draw him smaller. Guys, this art thing is fucking hard. I gave him this crazy, like, alien skull shape. Make the torso smaller than you think it should be. That's good to know. Because I think, yeah, he looks way too fucking... Oh, he's like a fridge here, man. That's crazy. Find and catch a fee bass past midnight. That's based. I did something similar with Emerald. There's that, like, one tile, or the 2 tiles or whatever, where you can find fee bass. And I would just, like, farm with the fee bass. Okay, you should draw 12, draw a shapeless thing, give it eyes on it, boss. There's 12. Head is too big. That's I'm drawing a weird angle. I'm just gonna do some like crazy shit. I'm just gonna pray it works. Like shit. This is a lot of like anytime you guys see me post drawings on like the community tab, it's been just 40 minutes of me like drawing something going that looks like shit and erasing it. Let me try restarting. Let me reset, reboot. 2012 content we've gotten in years, hell yeah. There was 11. And Street Fighter 5, it was just a glorified random select. Fuck, I spilled water all over myself. Not like a crazy amount, but just enough to be obnoxious. Like to soak through my shirt. It's unfortunate. Whatever, it's just water. Alright, oh shit, I forgot my pen. There's his head. I'm just gonna really quick and dirty this, and then quick and bit. Guys, words are difficult. I'm going to really quickly like shit this out onto the page, and then I'm gonna make 300 revisions. That's always my issue. Is like I feel like it needs to be good from the start, so I just do a bunch of shit and then erase it, and like I end up doing nothing. I'm doing it again. I'm like, this circle is not good enough. All right. We'll come back to the jawline later. There's his arm. Oh, fuck. Art is so hard. Oh my god. Alright, wait. Restarting again. I need to conceptualize what I'm actually doing instead of just doing it random lines. Okay. These are his shoulders. No, it's not quite the pose I want. I'm going for like a karate like fist, like a chamber. I'm not quite sure how the arm is meant to work here. That's maybe a little bit better. Whatever, I'll come back to it and revise as is necessary. Fuck art. Shoulder. Bicep. Iori Yagami? I recognize that name. Oh yeah, from KOF. Yeah, he's cool as hell. Iori does have like aura, I think. Huge fan. All right. Okay, that beats nothing. Sad loser and has 0 swag. He stacks no paper. He has no aura. No riz. And other funny, cool things you can say. Alright. There's his neck. No, I just forgot. I was like, Iori Yagami. It's the last name that threw me off, I think. I was like, Yagami. There's his body vaguely. John hitting cool fucking pose. How does the leg work? That's okay. We'll take that. I did hear Yagami and think Death Note. I did hear Yagami and think Death Note. And I've never even seen Death Note. I've never seen Death Note. I've never read Death Note. I know very little about Death Note. But yes, you are correct. It gets worse the longer I go. Here's his foot. That's a messed up foot. I give him like a weird like thumb. It's a little bit better. Okay, then let's fix this, because that's for sure not how this works. We should all take a potato chip and eat it. I don't know any potato chips near me, unfortunately. I probably have corn chips somewhere. Let me try this back leg again. So I think if I just move it a little to the right. And then I do this. That looks better. Just like, that's his knee. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-dum. Favorite potato chip variety? I don't know. There's salt and vinegar is a classic. That's probably the answer. What else is good? Barbecue chips I was a big fan of when I was a kid, and maybe not so much anymore. I do like just original chips. I do like just eating salt. I think that like appeals to some strange part of like my animal brain. Ketchup chips are pretty good, but I don't know if I actually believe that or I've just been conditioned to, like, patriotically. Salt and vinegar chips are probably the answer, but, like, salt and, like, apple cider or, like, malt vinegar chips specifically, I think. That's probably the answer. Although I will say that as I eat them, the sharp edges of the potato chip. Well, I didn't get the reference. No, I'm sorry. I don't watch anime. I've watched. I didn't even watch Dragon Ball. I read Dragon Ball, and now I'm watching Hunter x Hunter with my brother, and that's basically it. That's all I've got, unfortunately. Um, when I eat when I eat salt and vinegar chips, the edged sides, the edged baked sides of their fried sides, or however the hell you prepare a potato chip, cut into the corners of my mouth, and the longer that you eat salt and vinegar chips, the worse that wound becomes and the more it stings. So salt and vinegar chips are kind of a deal with the devil. Well, you receive a delicious snack, but at what cost? I'm gonna fix that back arm and that front arm. I'm gonna fix everything. I'm gonna fix it all! No, that's even more fucked up. Gotta go just hang a little bit, maybe make it connect to his body in a little bit better way. And then, you know what, also, I can hide this behind his sleeve. I'm gonna hide this behind his sleeve anyway. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, he has some kind of, like, horrible, like, medical condition, it looks like. That's better. I'm okay with that. I'll live with that. Beep, bop, boop, bop, bop. Here's your discourse. I like Pringles. I think that it's very difficult to fuck up the potato chip. I think that if you fry the potato and then put salt on it, or flavored salt, depending on what kind of chip you're eating, I think that that's basically always a winning formula. It's like pizza. I think I very infrequently in my life had pizza I would actively describe as bad. You know, because I feel like the sauce and the cheese and the dough is a pretty easy thing to get correctly. Although I have had some gross pizza, so maybe not. I was in America once, and I went to this pizza restaurant, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. But I had the worst pizza of my life because the cheese and the sauce and the dough, it was like underdone. The pizza in its entirety was underdone. So the cheese sat in a single layer, awkwardly perched atop the sauce. Let me illustrate. So here's a good pizza, right? So that's your dough. And then a good pizza will have like the sauce kind of, you know, gluing the cheese to the dough, right? On some level. Like it'll be held together meaningfully. Whereas this pizza that I had was dough and then sauce like sitting on top of it. Like you just put a spoonful of sauce on the dough. And then cheese sitting on that, like you had taken a block of cheese and heated it just long enough for it to form together, but not enough. So what would happen is you would like move the dough, and the sauce and the cheese would not necessarily move with it. They would move like contrary to it in some cases. So it was like really, really bad because the sauce would act as a lubricant, and the cheese would slide around on top of the sauce, and neither of it was connected to the dough, so I couldn't properly pick it up. It was not good. I did not enjoy. That's the only pizza I think I've ever had in my life that I would actively describe as like bad, not just, you know, whatever. Yeah, I can get behind Pringles being probably the worst chip. What other brands are there? Chip brands. Pringles. I've not heard of most of these. I've not heard of... What the hell is an Utz? I've never heard of Utz. Pringles I know. Miss Vicky's. That's a Canadian thing. Are Miss Vicky's... Do you guys have Miss Vicky's in America? Americans answer. Lay's are pretty good. Lay's are solid. Pringles are, you know, fine. Doritos are good. Miss Vicky's are good. Miss Vicky's are really good, actually. Zaps? I've never heard of Zaps. Let me Google Zaps. Zaps. Chips. Yeah, I've never heard of these, unfortunately. They look good. I like the packaging. Miss Vicky's you have? Okay, good. It's important that you have that. Anyway, back to drawing. This is not a chip discussion stream. I have to get back to drawing. Crisp discussion stream. I think it's funny that crisp and chip, like both make sense. Like, yeah, it's crisp, but it's also a chip off of the potato, right? And then like fry versus chip, right? Yeah, again, it's a chip off the potato, but it's also been fried. You know, I think it's cute. Crunchy kettle chips. Oh, I'm a huge kettle chip guy. I cannot remember what this one brand is, but my dad bought me like these kettle chips when I was like a little kid. It was like for Christmas. He gave me these like kettle chips. And these are like really good kettle chips. I usually eat these. And they changed my life, and I've never been able to find that brand since. I'd know the packaging if I saw it, but it was crazy. I think I've zoomed in way too much, right? Actually, not bad, actually. I just gotta make the pen a little bit bigger. But yeah, this Ryu is maybe a little bit more pixely than I would like. That's not how that works. That's not how I like text. Whatever. Yeah, good enough. Fuck it. Fuck it. You know, life is short. Soccer is dumb as fuck. Soccer is kind of silly. Apparently, it comes from association football, and then it got shortened to soccer. But yeah, it's especially confusing because people here will occasionally use football in reference to soccer. So, whereas if you're talking to an English person, you can safely assume that when they say soccer or they say football, they mean soccer. And when you're talking to an American, you can assume that they mean American football. Sometimes with Canadians, it's difficult to gauge. I think that we generally say soccer more frequently than football, but I know quite a few people who say just football, and they're not like, you know, like English or European or anything. Like, I know quite a few like Canadians born and raised who say football, and I have friends who watch both American football and soccer, so they'll say like, hey guys, who wants to come over to my house to watch football, and you have to just guess. It's fucked up. Problems in our nations could have been avoided if soccer doesn't exist. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge thing. I forget, because I'm not really a sports guy, right? I forget how seriously people take, you know, sports in general, but soccer kind of not uniquely, but specifically, because it's such an international thing. Okay, there's my Ryu. There's my Ryu. I drew him so small. Look at how small he is. He's so tiny. Have you listened to the Galarian Legendary Birds theme? I have not. I know of the I know of the Galarian Legendary Birds because I watch like VGC content sometimes, but no, I've not heard the song. Alright, what else is cool? Let's draw a Pokemon. Let's draw Snorlax. Snorlax, I think, is a little bit more like... like that. This is a pretty piece of music. I forget where this is from, but it's a good one. Does Snorlax even have claws on his feet? Am I making that up? He does, okay. He rests his hands on his belly. And his like other hand will like come up and over and kind of atop this one. There's my Snorlax. It kind of just looks like a bear. I kind of didn't make it Snorlaxy enough. It kind of just looks like a normal-ass animal. Whatever. Alright. What else is cool? What else has aura? I'm going to take some sip of my water. Let's draw Miku. My friend last night told me I should draw less Goku and more Miku, so let's draw Miku. I should actually do the line so I can find the center of the head. I think I'm realizing that I sit crooked in my chair. Because I realized that I went to do, like, I used the auto straight line function to do that. But I was like, that looks crooked, but it can't be because it's the auto straight line function. I think I was like, sit with my head slightly crooked. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Weezer Enjoyer lore. I have a weaker and stronger side of my neck, apparently. Yeah, see, I think I'm sitting crooked again. Whatever. Whatever. Art is fun. I don't care about getting it strictly correct. I do this for fun. Alright. And then... scoliosis. Maybe. I'm going to adjust to my chair. Apologies for the chair noises. If you guys can hear those, which I'm assuming you can. Solosis, you say. That's a cool Pokemon. This is a crazy piece of music. What the hell is this from? I made her head too big again. Whatever. Fuck it. We ball. You know, art really is about... It's a gateway to the soul. And my soul has fucked up proportions, apparently. Alright. What is Miku gonna be doing? Hitting a vape. No. That sucks. That's stupid. That's dumb. I hate that. I've already used it playing a Game Boy. Eating something. Eating a spaghetti. Eating a spaghetti. Eating spaghetti. How does one hold spaghetti? Okay. I just hit a holding spaghetti pose. I've made her arm too short. The bicep. Because the elbow's partway down your side. Playing a PSP, yes. That bangs, that bangs. Would it actually be funnier to draw her like kind of hunched over to gamer position, like holding it in front of her face? Maybe. So how does one hunch? Is that maybe too hard a pose for me to draw? Let me think. Holy crap. Nah, we'll try. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Is it the phrase? No, actually, yeah, fuck it. We ball. I'm gonna draw kind of hunch. I gotta pull up a photo though of somebody hunched over. Person leaning forward. That's maybe not exactly what I want. Let's do like person hunched over, looking at phone. Because I probably can't like a PSP. This is okay. I'd like one from the front, though. We can do it from the side, though. All of these images are from the side. Let's do it from the side. Try drawing a stick figure first? That's probably a good idea. I have to make sure I have the picture of the guy hunched over. Gamer stock photo? That's not a bad idea. Gamer stock photo. These are awesome. Oh, this one bangs! Alright, these are so good. Oh my god, gamer stock photo is actually fucking me up. But they're all like using controllers. None of them are holding a PSP. I don't like that one. That's just somebody's feet. Oh, these are all so good. Let's do this one. I actually really like this one. One second. Let me import it. And then you guys will see what I'm talking about. It's saved as a WebP. I hate WebP. Okay, I'll show you guys the one. I'll also show you guys the one that I said bangs. Because it does bang. Alright, let me hide the program for a second just because I'm going to import the image and I don't want it to go like adding from C/users/Weezer enjoy your real name /photos or whatever. What the fuck is this? Huh? What? Huh? Why is it not? Huh? Huh? What? Huh? Did it not work? Oh god, okay. Let's try again. There we go, okay. They're importing, we're good. Okay, so I'll show you guys the one that I thought was fucking awesome first. This one. Check this guy out. This guy's cool as hell. This is one of the things that comes up when you look up gamer stock photo. I think it's rad as hell. I'm not going to use this one though, but I think it's sick as fuck. The one that I am going to use is this one. Because I think it's really funny. So let's get to work. Let's get to work, gamers. I'm gonna move this down. All right. It's kind of awkward. I'll zoom in a little bit. What game do you think he's playing? He doesn't even have his hands on the mouse. Street Fighter. This is how you. This is people who play Street Fighter on keyboard. This is what they look like. This is what like the hand posture they use. I was kind of shocked. I think it wasn't until I started like interacting with the FGC like on a larger scale that I really understood just how many people play Street Fighter on keyboard. Quick grabby of the head. You know, I was always like, oh yeah, you use a controller or you use a stick. But then I'd have a lot of people like, yeah, playing keyboard. And I hadn't thought about it before, but yeah, a lot of people do play Street Fighter on their computer because I always played it on a console growing up. So I was always, a keyboard was never an option for me. But yeah, if you're playing on PC, like, what do you play PC games with? Play with a keyboard. Okay, whatever, I'll fix your chin later. Alright, and then shoulders down like this. Let's choose gamer posture. It's basically just like a shoulder comes a little bit and then kind of dips into the arm. And the forearm comes back up. That's forearm. That's way too big. EQ's not that jacked. And then other side. Other side similar deal. Round her elbow a little bit more, or D-round, point her elbow a little bit more. Yeah, I do understand why people play on keyboard. Like, there are a lot of completely valid reasons. It just shocked me. Like, I know a guy who's actually like really good and he plays on keyboard. And then I'm not gonna show these fucking hands, bro. We should stream and Goon Platoon upload. This guy's shilling the Goon Platoon upload. Yeah, if anybody wants to, either after this stream or now, depending on how engaged you are. My second channel I have with my buddies called Goon Platoon. We upload on Wednesdays. There's a new video. What the fuck is the video today? Is it called Zombies again? Who's your best one from Tekken? Like my main? I play Lydia. I'm a huge Lydia enjoyer. I played her a lot in 7 because I played like Kazuya for a while, but then like Lydia came out and I played the crap out of her and I just I fell in love. She's like my wife now, you know. And I played her a lot, and then when she came out, I didn't play a whole lot of Tekken 8. But then when Lydia came out, I played a lot of Tekken 8, and then I stopped playing Tekken 8. How many COD Zombies videos are you gonna make? As many as it takes, bro. And hey, think of it like this. Every video I upload to this channel is Street Fighter. You know, so be glad that you get some variety on the other channel instead of just COD Zombies. Okay, now I gotta draw the freaking hands. It's gonna be evil. So, comes down like that. And there's a kind of a knuckle here. It's down. It's kind of a point. This is gonna be the craziest looking hand ever. This is gonna be like the worst shit ever. It's gonna be awesome. There's another one here. It's already falling apart. Here. Gamers, this is what your hands look like, by the way. There's my gamer head. Yeah, Lydia is really cool. I'm not very good at her. I kind of just do like forward 2 and then mix up. Like I'd be lying if I said I had any kind of Lydia sauce, but I do think she's like super sick. I do really enjoy playing Lydia. I'm gonna fix this finger. I do love like the stance mix-ups. I think that the stance mix-ups are what make Lydia cool to me, and all of like the resets and the plus frames, and her lows are really bad though, which you know is the kind of the trade-off, is that out of stance her low presence is like very not good. But I think she's very fun. Favorite matchup as a Ryu player? I do like Shotomirs. There's something about like Ryu versus Ken in particular I think that I enjoy. Maybe I've been Stockholm Syndrome by the 3 million Ken players on Fightcade to enjoy Ryu and Ken, but I think Ryu and Ken is really fun. Ryu Hugo is really fun as well. It feels like a very like traditional matchup where Ryu wants to play a more like old school Ryu game plan. Ryu Alex is fun. Ryu Dudley makes me want to scream because like it's so hard to stop his air approach. Although I've been told that stand heavy kick is really good for that. I don't play against enough Dudley players to have gotten the chance to apply that knowledge since I've been told it. What other matchups are fun? Ryu Chun is fun. It's really frustrating because she just kind of does everything you do but better, except for the damage. But overcoming that brick wall is kind of nice. You know, actually, Ryu Urien is really fun. Ryu Denjin Urien Ryu Urien feels like a very funny matchup that I quite enjoy. I will play if the Urien player is like eating me alive with Aegis, I will switch to Denjin and we will both start playing a very dishonorable game. Ryu versus Remy matchup? I don't think I'm good enough at the game to give you like opinions on how it like works out in the metagame. And I don't run into enough Remy players to really have strong opinions. It feels really weird. It feels kind of awkward for me always because Remy just plays weirdly, and there's something about the matchup I can't really describe it. It just always feels like an awkward, kind of stilted matchup to me for some reason. Stand heavy punch is good at stuffing Dudley, like far stand heavy punch. Yeah, like it's the ground game is chill against Dudley because you have such distance. It's his air approach. It's the jump heavy kick that I struggle with, and I've heard Ryu stand heavy kick is really good at beating that. Shit. It's a fucking shitty hand, whatever. Remy players, in my experience, really like to do the Street Fighter 6 Akuma thing where they back up and throw a fireball like over and over again, and then they use their like approach move. They use cold blue kick. Yeah, Remy is also just, I think, a matchup I don't really run into very frequently. Like, as a Ryu player, I don't play against Remy very often. So I have a lot more matchup experience against Makoto, against Dudley, against Ken than I do Remy. And at least with Sean, like, even if you don't have a whole lot of matchup experience, he's a Shoto, you kind of know how to navigate Shotos. But man, anytime I have to fight like an Oro or like a Necro, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Alright, now I gotta draw the face. Pretty angry face. 21 Guns? True! Shout out to Green Day. Where's my guitar? Yeah. How's what are the chords? 21 Guns? Guns. 21 Guns. D, 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 D. I think I messed the chord order up. D, D, and D, 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 D. That's a cool song. Yeah, this song does just sound like 21 Guns. It does fuck me up every time I hear it. I never noticed it when I was younger, but then somebody pointed it out to me, and now, yeah, every time I hear this song, it fucking latches onto me. I go like, Green Day. It lacks artistic skill, but it looks like you're fun doing it. Thank you. That is that's a really good description. That's exactly how I feel. Is like, yeah, it's like dog shit, but it's fun dog shit. And I think that far too many people fear, you know, fucking up art. You know, like like people say frequently go, well, like refuse to engage with art because they don't want to fuck up and they don't want to be embarrassed. But half the fun is being embarrassed, I think. Alright, I gotta do the face. It's a kind of a funny face he's making. Maybe I do. Sent the hitbox in Discord? Which hitbox? Yeah, the art like isn't good, and that's the appeal, I think, is the fact that it's charmingly shit. You know, I know that if I see like something, I see this sometimes with like music, right? Because I like, as a musician, I'll see something like technically competent, like it'll be good, and I'll be like, that's cool, and move on. But when I see like an amateur who's clearly really trying, I go, hell yeah. Makes me smile. Far stand heavy punch reuse. Yeah, I know about the far stand heavy punch reuse stuff. Yeah, I've seen the hitbox. It's pretty good. I don't find myself using this frequently. It's like I've heard some people talk about using it a lot. I don't find myself using it super frequently, but it is good to know. It is a good move. It's not a bad move. And what face is he making? He's got like a grimace. So we'll draw the nose. And then there's like a grimace. That looks horrible. That's dog shit. 1 second. Let me try actually like drawing the shape of the mouth and not drawing a rectangle. Oh, this might also look terrible though. I've drawn the mouth too far down. I've drawn the nose too far down as well. And then mouth a little bit wider. Vaguely oval shape. Maybe I zoom in. Yeah, the far stand heavy punch target combo is cool. It's probably, you know, like the way I basically never use it, but the way I've always like conceptualized its use is as an anti-air. Because like, why would you do that on a grounded opponent? You know, I've always thought of it as like your opponent, in the same way that if your opponent parries your close heavy punch, you do DP. If they parry your far heavy punch, you do the heavy kick. You know, that's how I always assume it's meant to be used. Although I don't really use it. Melons are hard, bro. I might draw an easier angry mouth. Maybe just that. Maybe just simple. And then I gotta make her angry. She doesn't look pissed enough. She doesn't feel the rage. Where's the rage, Miko? Where's the rage? Pissed. I mean, their eyebrows are way too thick. I just keep adding lines. I think I'm gonna redo this one entirety. I think this is too small now. Yeah, let me do this. Let me do like little guidelines. Oh, am I sitting crooked again? 1 second. Oh man, I've been drawing this crooked. Fucking whatever. Okay, no guidelines. We ball. Flashbacks to MK versus DC. That's a crazy game. I got that game for like cheap. I think I got it like used or something, or like from the bargain bin. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, Mortal Kombat and DC at the same time. And I took it home and it sucked. Oh yeah, these eyes are fucked up. Whatever. Okay, done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. She's got like a cool gamer keyboard. Maybe I should like. Oh fuck shit. I'm trying to think about how like perspective works, something like that. Gamer cable. Could give her a t-shirt that says something cool. Put a cool catchphrase on a t-shirt, you know? Oh, why did I just got like flecked up creature arms? This is gonna be a nasty drawing. This is gonna be a scary drawing. Maybe I'll give her a hoodie instead, obscure the shape of her torso a little bit. I'll draw the hair. No, I'll draw the clothing first. So this is like the sleeve, the cuff, rather, of the hoodie. And then this is like the little tassels of the hoodie. Things that you use to like adjust the hood. Maybe I won't draw the tassels. And then this is a hood. Kind of like, she's not wearing it, but it's like there, like hanging behind her. I have an image right here. I can just look at the image. Okay. I keep going like, I need to draw this from brain, but no, like I can just do like move over like 3 centimeters and look at the cool image. I also might fix her jawline. I think I made her too like, made her head too big maybe. Not much better. Now she's kind of like an egg, whatever. You know, the world's cruel. It's a fucked up world. And then the tassels come down from here. Maybe the tassels. There's probably a name for it. I guess drawstring, right? It would be a drawstring. This would be the ideal gamer physique. The mouth looks like thick lips. Yes, boss. Now it looks like sewed shut lips. Sewed shut lips. That's better, I think. Alright, then I'm gonna start on the hair. It's gonna be a fucked up drawing. I can sense it in my bones. She's got her hair tied back. How the fuck does one draw tied back hair? One line, but not all the way across the mouth. Okay. Oh fuck, I'm on the wrong layer. Like that. Maybe like that, that, that. Oh man, this is rough. This is rough looking. Miku has seen better days, my lord. Although I think if I any corrections I try to make now, which make it look worse. Okay, let's get the coloring done. Well, actually, I should add cool text to her shirt. Let's get the coloring done. I'm gonna make her the guy in the shirt, the guy in the picture has a red hoodie. Let's give her a red hoodie. Peak goblin drawing, yeah, yeah. I drew like a homunculi. Homunculi, homunculus. Homunculi is plural, I believe. I draw a homunculus. This is like my SCP creature. Wow, wow. This fucked up creature I've brought into the world cannot live, it cannot die. Yeah, I think I should become like a professional artist. I'm gonna start a Patreon, and you'll get access to all of my not safe for work Ryu drawings, all of my oiled up Ryu drawings. Homunculus. What a fucking funny word. What does homunculus like mean? It means like fake person, right? You gotta go to bed. Good night. Enjoy your sleep, my friend. I gotta Google what homunculus means. Because I know vaguely what it means, but I couldn't give you an exact definition. Small artificial human being. Homunculus. Fucked up word. And then blue. Although, I think Miku's here is actually a little bit more of like a teal. Something like that. Small artificial human being core. That's, I think, how I would describe this channel, this YouTube channel. This being small artificial human being core, like homunculus core. You know, like if you're a homunculus, or you're like interested in homunculi, or you just generally like want to know more about homunculism, I think that this channel is a great fit for you. My next video will be a 4-hour video essay in the style of Dr. Justin Sledge, talking about how to create a homunculus, how to channel your energy into a tiny artificial man. There you go. Oh, I'm gonna climb the keyboard. No, fine. I'm lazy. There you go. There's the... Man, that's rough. But that's okay. Every time it will be less rough the next time and less rough after that, and one day I will create a powerful image. I only have been streaming almost 2 hours. Holy shit. Alright, let's zoom out and observe what we've done. Observe our many sins. Let me hide this guy. There we go. We have absolutely like crazy like yaoi build Remy. We have tiny Ryu. Tiny little baby Ryu. We have representation of the worst pizza I've ever had in my life. It's 12 from Street Fighter. And then the world's crappiest Snorlax, which is just a bear. Well, I think I'm going to call it there. Because I need to stand up. I need to move. I need to stretch. All of these things. I have been sitting in the same spot for like 2 hours. Pardon me. I just burped. I don't know if that came through. I'm going to make the VTuber big. This is my favorite part of the stream. Click on the VTuber. No, fuck, that's not the VTuber. Click on the VTuber. Make it big. This is like me now approaching you. I'm a close talker. You know when people like stand way too close to you to talk, and like you can feel their breath, like because they're standing so close to you? That's what I'm doing right now. So imagine I'm standing like 3 inches from you talking to you right now. I'm gonna get closer to the mic now. I'm gonna get closer to the mic so you can get the Weezer Enjoy Your ASMR experience. I'm not gonna do that. Well, thank you guys for coming to the stream. Banger art stream as always. I don't think I drew quite as much unhinged material, but maybe next time. If you guys liked the art stream, I'm gonna be doing these every Wednesday. I'm gonna repeat this in every art stream forever because I like when people watch the stream. And then I'm gonna be doing this coming Sunday. I'm gonna be doing the Zelda CDI games, which are the Faces of Evil and the Wand of Gamelon. I don't know if I'm gonna beat them. I don't know how far I'll get. I'll probably won't even end up playing both, but that'll be a cool stream that I'm looking forward to. Thank you all for sticking around, for chatting and helping me draw my homunculi, and your support and all that stuff. I love you all. Keep yourselves safe. Keep yourselves healthy. And I will see you all on Sunday for the Zelda CDI. I wonder what's for dinner.